All right, can you guys see and hear me okay? All right, let's get started. VJ Tavo, what's up from Mexico? Mexico. What's up, everybody from Facebook, YouTube, and also Periscope. What's up to everybody? Newcastle Player 2, what's up? What's up? Come on, folks, you can come in and say hi, say where you're from. Newcastle Player 2 says, I'm in America. Nice. I'm in America as well. Not in Chicago, but I'm in the south suburbs of Chicago. And yeah, we're just gonna continue what we did yesterday. So we're gonna jump off with what we left off. I'm practicing this lick, and also I think I'm going to do this daily. This is gonna be a daily thing, so hold me to it, okay? Um, hold me to it. I want to do this daily, where you guys can have a chance to practice along with me, and I think I want to call this "Let's Practice." And I kind of got this idea from um, Diz. What's up, Diz? I got a like back in the early 2010s, so last decade. I was really into watching Let's Plays, so gaming channels, and they would like stream a game, or I would sit there and watch them play a game, like as a walkthrough. And so my idea with this is kind of doing a walkthrough. Excuse me, doing a walkthrough with what I'm learning, so you guys can learn with me and go through that same process. If you don't really have anything that you have to practice, or need some inspiration, or something, or you just want to watch me practice and just be along for the ride while we kind of just connect and hang out here live. Last night was really fun. Sticks 123. Dang, you're tough than watching all those live streams as a whole. As a whole. Yeah, I would watch those playthroughs really religiously, because I was kind of busy, and I love playing video games, but I didn't really have time in college. Well, I didn't make time, but I didn't have time. So what was entertainment for me was just watching somebody else play the game. Oh, real quick. So can you guys hear me okay? If you can hear me really well, put a number 1 in the chat. If you can't hear me, or my video is terrible, put a 0 in the chat. And of course, if you're new to the stream, please hit hashtag new, so we can all greet you, like it's church, and the pastor tells the new people to stand up. Who's new in the sanctuary? Why don't you go ahead and stand up so we can all greet you? So I want to greet you. If you're new, if you're watching, you've never been here before, you've never met me, I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Aaron. This is my channel that I've had for a couple of years, The Black Trumpeter. And on this channel, I've been helping you guys, or trying to help you guys, to learn, practice, and grow on the trumpet as much as possible with my videos or tutorials or whatever. Stick says your video is good. How about my audio? Can you guys hear me? Victor says number 1. Sticks 123 says 1. Thank you. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Like that's perfect. You can't leave me hanging dry. So I need some house participation. So I appreciate that. This says 1, son. All right, cool. We're good. All right, let me play my trumpet a little bit, so to check the levels or whatever. Is that too loud? Is my trumpet good? Ricardo, welcome from Brazil. Welcome. So the idea here for these live streams is just going to be a walkthrough of what I'm practicing, what I'm trying to get done during this time of quarantine. And so my goal, if you weren't here yesterday or last night, I'm really bad at playing lines. I had a lesson with Nicholas Payton last year, and so I played for him, and he was like, "Man, like you have good ideas, however the language isn't there." And having good melodies and ideas, that's the hard part. And so I was like, if that's the hard part, then let me get going. Let me transcribe some more. Let me put things in different keys some more, do that whole thing so I can really beef up my vocabulary. Because the last thing I want in many situations I've been dealt with, get to a gig or I play something and I have no idea what to play. So that's the most nerve-wracking thing to someone, and you didn't even really plan on soloing. Like the leader just called you out, like you solo, and you're like, okay, and you play whatever, and it might come out well, it might, and most times it wasn't so good. So you get those modest claps in the audience, which I'm appreciative of. All two of them, all two of those claps. What's up, Jeffrey? Ebo, you're new. Welcome. Hashtag new in the chat. Ebo. Jeffrey. He says, I just got started transcribing a rhythm changes as well. 3 trumpeters. Nicholas Payton. Who else? You said 3 trumpeters. Who are the other 2? So yeah, I took that lesson with him, and I was just like, yeah, okay. I need to really get serious, if I wasn't serious before, at transcribing, taking things in all 12 keys every single day, even if it's something really small, like a real small pattern, like what we're gonna do today. So Carlos says, I'm new. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the live stream. I'm glad to have you guys. Carlos says, I believe it's Roy and Winton. Excellent. Jeffrey said, not sure who the other 2 are. Okay, all right. Well, you got time. We got time to figure that out. But yeah, so this is going to be the path I would like to take. If you guys like this, please like the video, share it, so I know to keep going with this. And also tell me, either here on the chat or here, if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and tell me, how can I make these videos better? How can I make the live stream better for you all? Because I also want to improve my craft as a content creator. So let me know. I don't. You can hurt my feelings, even though my feelings won't be hurt because I have tough skin. But just tell me, what should I do to get better? And I'll try my best to do that. Okay. What's up, Diego? Sticks 123. Have you ever heard or played a song called "Finger" by Thad Jones? No, I haven't. I played a couple of Thad Jones tunes, but never that one. Diego says, what's up? I'm new. What's up? What's up, Diego? Any tips on coming up with ideas for soloing? I'm new to jazz soloing in my high school jazz band. Transcribe. Or, because these solos are very virtuosic. So what I've been recommending to my students is, I'm gonna tell you, like, the common advice is to transcribe Miles Davis, transcribe Chet Baker. Oh, by the way, look at my shirt. Got a Miles Davis shirt on. I've had this shirt since like 8th grade, and I still fit it. I'm 20. How old am I? 28. I'm 28. I've had this shirt, and it still fits. I don't know if I was too big for the shirt, or I didn't grow. I don't know what this is about, but I can still fit a shirt that I've had for 16 years. 16 years. I'm 28. How old was I when I was in 8th grade? I don't know. 13? So maybe 15 years. Yeah. So anyway, so transcribe. So The main advice that people say is transcribe Miles Davis, transcribe Chet Baker. However, like even that is kind of um, not unattainable, but kind of far fetched, if that's the word I'm looking for. Um, a more um, a more productive, I think, way of trying to get into transcription is to transcribe melodies. Like transcribe melodies and see how many melodies you can learn, because the melodies tell you how to play the changes just as well as the solos do. So if you take elements from the melody, and this is what I do with my students, we take elements from the melody and we create our own improvisations with that. So because the melody tells us everything, and it gives us not only the notes but also types of phrases that we can use, like phrase links, how to articulate certain things. What else? Just a whole bunch of great things that we can learn just from the melody. So yeah, that's my tip, is transcribe melodies. If solos, if it takes you so long to transcribe a solo, Stick says, I really enjoy this even though I'm a high schooler in an academy major in jazz band. Yeah, I try to make this good for everybody, whatever level, because we're all working on stuff. I'm working on things. I'm trying to get better. Ebo says, how do I improvise on different scales during a solo? Transcribe. The answer is always transcribe. Because I can tell you this, by looking at solos from Fats Navarro, like he uses the major scale in ways that I didn't really think about. Like not everything has to be chromatic or using some type of fancy scale. Like this brother just uses the diatonic notes in the major scale. Point blank. Uh, Diz says, I'm digging the shirt. I have a Birth of the Cool shirt around here somewhere. That's pretty dope. Nice. David McKnight says, peace. I'm new. Excellent. Thank you for joining the stream. He says, I'm 52 years old and just started on trumpet after laying off your scale tutorial. Oh, laying off. Your scale tutorials are very, very helpful. Man, I appreciate you for saying that. I appreciate you for picking up the trumpet again and getting back in there, making some sounds, making some noise. That's good. Wake up your neighbors a little bit. So congrats on that, picking up the horn again. All right. So let's get started. Let's get started. So this is where we left off last week. Why I say last week? Jeez. This is where we left off yesterday. It's been that long. It feels that long. Time really feels like it's going by. And that was just only yesterday. So what I tackle, if you guys see on the screen, is C minor to that F7, that bar. And I only took that bar, excuse me, I only took that bar and took it through the keys. So yesterday we went through, I think, 7 keys. We went through C, B, B flat, A flat, G, and F sharp. So that's 7 keys. We got F, E flat, D, and D flat left. I'm just taking one part of this 4-bar lick. Again, when you're from me anyway, it's very helpful and very manageable to not transcribe the entire thing. If you can, you're a beast, and that's awesome. But for me, I'm a slow learner, so I need to take things one chunk at a time, right? So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to finish out transcribing this first bar in the rest of the keys. Maybe I'll review over the other keys after I'm done. But yeah, that's going to be the ticket for today. I can't be on here too long because I gotta put together a bassinet for my baby girl. I had to take it all apart because we had bought it used at a very good price, and I was like, we still gotta clean it. we gotta clean it. So there was no other way. I had to take it completely apart. Like even so much apart where um I wasn't supposed to even take off those things. Like the person that actually put the thing together, I wasn't even supposed to take apart some things that weren't in the directions. So now I'm in the process of kind of going backwards and trying to put all that stuff together. And I put some things backwards, and it's taking me a long time. But anyway, so I can't be here too long. So we're going to go through these last couple keys, and maybe I'll call it a night after that, answer some questions, hang out for a bit, and then I'm off to the races. I want to go back to that bassinet, and that's my project for the night before I go to sleep. Stick says a question. Are you ever scared to play extremely high notes on the trumpet? I used to be. I used to be afraid of the high register, and that was one thing that really helped my progress back from playing high notes or playing above what I could play, whether that was A above the staff, F on the staff, whatever. I was afraid of it because I really loved my sound in the mid to low register. And my thought process was, oh, the people that play up in the high register, like they don't sound good, like they have really thin sounds, and I don't want my sound to sound like that. I'm afraid if I practice the high register, my sound is going to be like that. And so I had that mindset for a long time. Excuse me. I had that mindset for a long time. And so, yeah, I was afraid of it because I didn't want my sound to change, and I love my sound so much. Um, so, yeah, I was afraid of it. But, I got past it because I developed a different mindset. I was like, if I can carry on this sound that I love so much to the next note, and maybe that note was a half step above my comfort level, then that's my goal. And then I bumped it up to the next note, half step above. Can I get the same sound and ease of playing and good feeling on the trumpet by just using the same concept of sound, using the same concept of just moving my air and it being easy? And sure enough, I get up there and I can play with the same tone quality. So trumpet is I would say trumpet is mindset. Trumpet is definitely mindset. You definitely have to practice it, but your mindset about how to play the trumpet really takes a toll, either on your progress or your regress, or just your stagnant growth. So it's always good to have a great mindset on playing this trumpet, because if you don't, man, it could mess you up. All right, let's get started, man. I already talked enough. Let's play some. So I'm just gonna take that first bar, and again, what we're analyzing here, the first bar, I'm thinking of that as just F7. So if you just completely erase that C minor, I'm just thinking about this bar as just F7, just starting on the third of F7, right? So. And again, we're not going straight to, banging on my instrument, Jesus. Uh, we're not going straight to the target note of the third of that next chord of the B flat major. We're delaying the resolution like we talked about last night. Fats was delaying the resolution to the third by adding the leading tone to it, leading tone from below. So a half step below the third, which is that C sharp that you see right there. So I'm just going to take that first bar and then go through the rest of the keys. And I'm not going to play it in time. It's all going to be out of time, so I can get a feel for the notes, get a feel for what it sounds like, and under my fingers. how's my video feed? Can you see me okay? Is it delaying? Talk to me. See, um, is does my trumpet sound too loud? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. All right, so that feels pretty good already. Now let's go to the next key, which is going to be A. No, it's going to be E. So again, that E7 chord. Leif says sounds fine. Quality isn't great though. What about the quality? Is it the sound quality or the video quality? Let me know. So the third. So I'm also gonna add in. Oh, Lath, you said the video quality. Um, Maybe I could do a little something about the audio quality. I mean the video quality next time. Maybe increase the bit rate. But you guys, if you guys know anything about that, but I'm working on a Wi-Fi connection, so this is gonna be as good as it's gonna get for right now. But as long as it sounds good, that's kind of all I'm kind of worrying about. But I appreciate you. Thank you for the feedback. All right, so I'm gonna work on. I'm also kind of doing the articulation that Fats does, and it's kind of like offbeat tonguing, like tonguing the ands of the beat, and kind of putting some emphasis on the ands of the beat. All right, so that was the key of E. Now let's do E flat. Again, we're going to start on the third of the E flat 7. I'm thinking of that 2-5, that B minor, and the E flat 7 going to A major. I'm just thinking of that 2-5 as the 5 chord, and I'm just starting on the third. And it's just the notes of the dominant chord, dominant scale, starting on the third. Nice. Hopefully you guys are playing along with me, or maybe just kind of playing the lick all the way straight through if you don't want to do it like this, really minute transposing. But let's go on to the next key. We got 2 more to go. So this is our second to last one. So we're in the key of D. Again, we're going to start on the third of D7, which is our F sharp. And it sounds like this. All right, so that was D. Now last key, D flat. D flat. So we're starting on the third of D flat 7, which is F, and then we just go down the scale. Excuse me. All And that's all 12. That's all 12, folks. So this was the original key. This was the original key. So RC. So this is all in B flat. This is all in B flat, R B flat. So if you're a tenor player, you're a trumpet player, clarinet, you'll be able to read what's on the screen. However, my other folks, you'll have to do a little bit of transposition a little bit. So sorry about that. Okay, so this was the original key. I just went down in half steps. Next key. Actually, let me do this. I'm still learning this whole system. So let's just review over all of the keys. David McKnight, what music theory books would you recommend? Mark Levine has a great jazz theory book. And I think it's called the Jazz Theory Book. I think it's called the Jazz Theory Book. So that's one that I got when I was in college, and I was taking jazz theory. That's the one that we worked out of. Also that, and he also has a great piano book. So check that out too. And I have to go across the street to my in-laws' house because they have a keyboard that I can have. I just need to drag it out of there and bring it in here. And I might incorporate some piano stuff once I get my skills together. So yeah. All right, so let's review. Let's review all the keys now, just real quick. So we just did C. Now we're in B. Starting on the third. All right, next key. Next key. Next key. Now we're in G. Next key. We're in F sharp. Next key. F. Next key. E. Next key, E flat. Next key, D. Oh, that's tricky. Next key, D flat. Last one. Oh. All right, that was all 12. That was all 12. Just that first bar. That's a win. If I can do that, that's a win. Anything you can do in 12 keys. And I was telling a new student of mine, if I played gigs where I would have to transpose a song like in a different key. And most times if I got the first note, if I could hear the first note, then I would be good. And I think that's my wife's cell phone ringing. So I would transpose that key, and I would just hear the rest. If I didn't know the key, and then it would be pretty good, because if I knew the song really well, then my ears would kind of follow, and I wouldn't have to think about notes. I would just have to follow my ear. So that's why transposing in different keys helps. It helps your ears. It helps your technique. It helps you on your instrument. helps you on gigs. If the singer transposes a song um, without it, that's not in the original key. Eddie, what's up? Ivan, what's up from Bulgaria? Eddie, he says, "How you doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing in this time? Please stay safe, stay inside. Me and my wife, we're homebodies, so staying in the house is no big deal. There's always something to do. Get a, get out of my life, okay? That's not me saying that, but that's someone's screen name. But he just says a lot. Oh, you say my videos helped you a lot. Um, your videos help me along a lot. That's what he says, if I can read correctly. but yeah, but that's good. Thank you. I appreciate y'all that tell me that type of stuff, because then that motivates me to do more. Ivan says music is magic. Music is life, and life is music. Like, the two go hand in hand. I was telling somebody the other day, excuse me, that the only way for someone to, I guess, contribute to the music is just to be yourself. Like, that's the only way you can do it. And you can't do it by trying to be extra fancy. You just have to dig deep within yourself, figure out what you love, figure out who you are as a person, figure out your background, your history, research that, like, delve deep into what you like. Don't shy away from it, because that's gonna cultivate your sound. That's gonna cultivate who you are as a musician, as a person. So the only way to contribute to any type of music you're trying to play is just to be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. And that's that. Ivan says, I'm a trumpet player also. Excellent. So you know our pain. We all got pain in this game playing trumpet. Chris Davis, hey, what's up? He said, music is life. Wait till you have this baby. Hey, what's up? Yeah, man. Destiny's telling me that she wants this baby out like by tomorrow. Like, no, not tomorrow. No. We got a few more weeks. Let her bake inside. Let her bake a few more weeks, couple more days. I know, but I got the nursery all set up. There's only a few more things, a few more things to get together. I got to put this bassinet together. I was telling the folks earlier in the stream that I had tore apart this bassinet, this bedside bassinet, so we could clean it. And yeah, I gotta go back to, that's my project for tonight. But yeah, great things to come for sure. But yeah, um, transposing things in all 12 keys, that's a must. And I've shied away from that activity for a long time. So I'm using this time to just go all in, all in. So if you guys are ready for this journey with me, if you guys don't really have anything to practice, just practice along with me. I'll have, I love you guys so much, so I'm going to put all the music here on the screen so you guys can play it and read it. But then again, we all know that we can't do this music by reading it. We have to ear it. We got to ear it. We can't read it, because that's what it's meant for. But, so there's some visual learners out there, and it doesn't help to have, it doesn't hurt to have some aid a little bit. So I love y'all, so I'm going to put that on the screen. Okay. David McKnight says she will inspire you to write a lot of songs. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure of that. All right, so yeah, I went through all the keys. Now, before I go, I think I'm lagging a little bit. Before we go, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this second bar. This major 4 chord. Let's talk about this F chord. You see here on the screen, real quick, this 4 chord, and what is it doing, and how I plan to tackle it. So if we look at it at we're gonna zoom in. We're not gonna take a bird's eye view, but we're gonna zoom in and look at the actual notes in it. And how I kind of analyzed it is, and when I'm talking about the F major chord, by the way, that G sharp, that's just a leading tone to the third. No big deal. It's just a leading tone to the third. But do you see the next couple of notes? You see the next couple of notes? We got the A, we got the C, the E, and the G. What is that? To me, that looks like a minor 7 chord. So I can take that and just play that in all keys. So that's why it's helpful to know your scales and your arpeggios, because that's what the music is comprised of, scales and arpeggios. So if you know how to play a minor 7th chord, just adding that leading tone to that, adding that leading tone, you'll be all good. Oh, and by the way, let me remind you, if you like this video, go ahead and like it for me. So in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and smack that like button for me, so we can get this video to more people that want to enjoy this content. Excuse me. So we have a minor chord, an A minor chord, minor 7th chord here with a leading tone. And then the second part, which is really dope, and I'm going to tell you why it's dope, because Fats, this is usually how he connects his lines from one chord to the next. It's with some type of chromatic shape, some type of chromatic shape. It's not always the same chromatic shape, but it's some type of chromatic shape. And if you look here, in beats 3 and 4, how could you analyze that? I know how I would see that. To me, and I'm gonna wait a second. How would you see that? The G to the F sharp to the F natural to the E. What might that be? Do 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 do. What might that be? What kind of scale would that be a part of? I'm kind of thinking of it is as part of a scale. Anyone know the answer? You know, I'm a natural teacher, so I will wait until I will be in the classroom. I ask a question, and I'll sit there. I don't really care about being silent. And we got some people dropping off. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Let me get to the answer. Yeah, chromatic scale is part of the chromatic scale. But I would actually see that as part of the G bebop scale, dominant bebop scale. Going to the 5th, you see that D right there? Hey, what's up, Redemption Tech 25? What's up, big boy? Oh, big dog. I'm sorry, big dog. So I'll see that as like part of the bebop scale, the G dominant bebop scale. Right? That's a little piece, just a little piece of that dominant bebop scale in there. So what is he doing? That's really cool. He's on the second, like of that chord, that G. That's a second, or the 9, if you want to call it, the 9 of this chord. And he's playing maybe a bebop scale on the 2nd degree. That's how I would see it. Yeah. So he's playing A minor. He's playing A minor 7th chord, and going down and connecting this material with the bebop scale. Right, that's the latter part, the later part. But yeah, and I was like, when I saw that, I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, I would have never thought about connecting a line like that. But he's doing it. It's right there. So how I would practice this, I would take it in chunks, but instead of taking it as one full bar, I would take it in 2 beats at a time. I would take it 2 beats at a time. So I would take that first, the beats 1 and 2, and play that in all keys like this. First, I would play the minor seventh. I would play the minor seventh chord or arpeggio. Just play that without the leading tone, just to make my life easy, because we all know trumpet doesn't need to be any more complicated than it has to be. Right? So we're going to take that minor seventh chord and we're just going to take it down in half steps. And then the next one. The next one. Next one. Next one. Next one. Now we're in B. Next one. We're almost done. Next one. Got a couple more keys left. Next one. And then we're done. So I would take that. I will just play that shape. Just play that shape. Just be real comfortable with it. That minor seventh arpeggio, and take it down. I like to take it down because it's just more systematic for me to just keep track of it. And then I'm going to add the leading tone. I'm going to get to y'all questions in just a second. Let me explain this real quick. So I'm going to get to the leading tone. So I'm just going to add the leading tone, the half step below. What was that? Yep, I was right. Cool. What's next? Almost done. Jesus. Almost done. Next one. Last one. Whoop. Last one. Was that it? Oh. Oh, wait. Yeah, that was the last one. So yeah, I'm just gonna take that shape, take it all the way easy. Chris says, take it easy, gonna leave now. Thanks for doing these, Aaron. Take care, everyone. You take care. Thanks, Chris, if you're still here. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining. So I'm just taking the shape. Yeah, you guys check him out. He has a great channel. Yes, Hosey Quad. You are correct. Go ahead and check out Chris Davis's channel. And also too, he has a video about chromatic scales because I know last night, there was a few people that asked about chromatic scales and learning those. Go to his channel and you'll learn it for sure. So go to his channel, look at his chromatic scale video, and it's there. You can, and it's great. Big Dog says, Aaron, how long have you been playing the trumpet? I've been playing the trumpet for, how old am I? I'm 28. Started when I was 12. So carry the 4, carry the 2, 16 years. No, yeah. Am I doing the math right? Jeez, I'm so bad at math. And music is math. Look at that. So 16 years. 16. And then yeah, so that's how I would take that. And then the next shape, and I'm not gonna do it right now, but I can tell you the next stream I'm gonna do the whole bar. But I would take beats 3 and 4 and just do the not the chromatic scale, but the bebop scale. From the bebop scale, starting on the 9, which will be in this key, it will be the G7 of the G dominant scale. The G, oh, Jesus, the G, the G bebop scale. Oh. And so on and so forth. And then I'll put all that together. But yeah, that's that. But my goal today was just getting that first bar done. All right. So we got some questions here. Let's go back to the chat. Let's go back to chat and let me answer some questions before I get out of here. All right. So let me scroll back up. Scroll. If you guys have any questions, please ask me. If you got any comments or any feedback on this video. Again, if you like this video, please like the video. Please for me. Like smack that like button on if you're on Periscope. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, please do me a favor and smack it if you really like this content, if you want me to keep going with it. And yeah. See you later, Eddie. Thank you for joining. All right, so I answered that question. Let me go back. So no, that was good. Now let's see if we got any more questions. Robert E. Lee, he says, keep doing your thing, truth. Thank you if you're still here. All right. Ivan says, favorite trumpet player or trombone player? Right now, it's Fats Navarro is my favorite. I would say then it's Tom Harrell, and then after that, I have no idea. I know I have my top 2. Tiny Taco Kid. I like that name. How long should I practice for? It depends on if you just started, then you probably shouldn't practice for 2 hours. If you're a beginner, if you are going to practice for 2 hours, I say split up your time in 15-minute chunks. So you probably practicing all day at that point. But if you're a beginner, say if you started maybe anywhere from 6 months, if you've been playing for like 6 months to a year, 6 months, I'll say maybe 15 minutes sessions at a time, and then over time maybe bump that up, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Again, it's not about how long you practice. Of course, we want to get as many at bats, so we want to have put the horn on our face as long as we can, often as we can. That's how we get better. But it's about the quality of your practice. So 15 minutes, you should be good, and that's for everybody. If you're more productive in 15 minutes than 3-4 hours, then just do the 15 minutes and work like that throughout the day. Big Dog says, my band director said for at least an hour a day. Now, an hour a day, that's good if you play for a couple of years, like you play for maybe 3 years. Then after that, 2 hours a day. When I was in college, it was 2 hours a day. That was the recommended time to practice for not for ensembles, but for studio. The recommended time was 2 hours. If you're a music ed major, it was 2 hours. If you're a performance major, then it was 3 hours. But I was trying to be ambitious, so I was like, I'll practice the 3 hours. I'll do that. I'll try to do what the performance majors do and practice my 3 hours a day. Whew. But performance majors don't have as many things that don't have as many things on their plate as music education majors do. We have to learn everything. Ivan says, what brand is your trumpet and mouthpiece? I'm playing on a Bach 3C mouthpiece and a B&S Challenger 2 43 bell with a reverse lead pipe. Eddie Spaghetti 2006 says, do you teach in real life, digitally, or face-to-face? I teach both. Late last year, I was a band director at a local not a local school, but in Chicago school, high school. And that was a doozy. That was my first time doing that. And whew, that was interesting, I'll say at the least. I like teaching little kids. Like if I'm going to be in a school, I love teaching little kids. Like they're fun. You can be silly. You don't gotta be too serious and try to act cool like these teenagers and stuff. Like they take life too seriously. But general music, middle school, they're cool people to hang around. Well, not hang around, but just like be silly, Do some games or something. Be fun. These teenagers like to be too cool. Let's see. How long have you been playing trumpet? Yep, 16 years. Yes, wow. Eddie says, keep up the work. You're awesome. I'm going to head out. Okay, see you, Eddie. I think I saw that already. Young says, great session. Thanks, Young. Big Dog says, I love Wynton Marsalis. Yeah, he's the GOAT. Ivan says, do you recommend exercises for scales and chords? Or are you asking like, are there any particular exercises for scales and chords? So, Big Dog says, I'm a teenager. I don't take life seriously. That's good. Like, that's good. When I was a teenager, I was way too serious. Like, as I get older, I just want to be silly now. Like, I'm tired of being so serious all the time. Like, life is too short to be all serious and all in your feelings and stuff. Like, learn how to laugh. But Ivan, you said, do you have any exercises or scales or chords? I would say just, if you can't, it's levels to this stuff for practicing scales and chords for sure. If you can do this on major scales and all your scales, the classical way of playing. So on and so forth, right? If you can do that, then practice your scales in thirds or in a pattern like Clark. Okay, so I need to practice that, as you can see. So, and then maybe do it in thirds. Oh. Right? I wasn't really planning on doing two octaves, but I was like, just go ahead and do it. And I ran out of breath. But yeah, if you could do it in just a regular classical way of playing, going from root to root, then if you can do it like in a scale pattern, that would be cool. And then do like thirds, and you should be pretty good with that. After that, I would say try to do diatonic triads. Right? I'm a little shaky on that, but diatonic triads, and that's just going up. That's only one direction. You can do going down, starting on the 5, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 1 on each one. You can do seventh chords, diatonic seventh chords. Uh, if you can do that, that's you're in good shape, pretty good shape. If you do that on all 12 keys, you can do just a regular scale up and down. Do like some thirds on the chord on the scale. Then you do diatonic triads. Then you do diatonic seventh chords. I think you'll have a pretty good handle on some scales for sure if you can do that. Big Dog says, "What made you want to play trumpet?" I'll tell you a story. So I've always been interested in music. Like I would sing, like in the choir, but there was no band program until I moved. My mom and I went and moved kind of down the street to another city. We just crossed the border, and we lived at the time in Stager, Illinois, and I had went to a school called Parkview, and that was the first time I knew like band programs even existed when I was in sixth grade. So I know I loved music, and so I was like, cool. I seen a little sign talking about trying to. I seen a sign saying tryouts, like band tryouts, like not tryouts, but like try out like different instruments and stuff. So I was like, cool, that sounds cool, Mom. I want to do that. She was like, you want to do that? Okay, all right, let's do it. So we went there. I went into the big gymnasium and had all these kids in there, and I just looked around, and I was like, that instrument looks cool. It has 3 buttons. I think I can do that. So I picked it up. I did this. And the dude said, "Oh, you a natural. Why don't you just do trumpet?" I was like, "Cool. I'm a natural. Excellent. Real easy. I can make a sound. Boom. That's my instrument. I'll play that. I don't even have to try out anything else because the dude already said I was a natural. So my philosophy is always do things that come naturally to you. So I ain't trying to make it too hard for myself. But little did I know that trumpet is later on. I knew that trumpet is just a little bit more than 3 little buttons, right? So I just liked it because it looked simple, and I'm a simple guy. So that's why I chose it. Like it wasn't. I never really. My mom would listen to all types of rap music and R&B and like old jams. They probably had horns in it, but I didn't really pay attention to music like that. So it wasn't like, oh, I heard this trumpet player and that inspired me to play the trumpet. No, I just loved music, and I thought it would be cool if I did something different. By that time, I was playing a lot of sports. I was playing baseball. I did a little karate that I was really bad at. I did a little basketball that I was really bad at. I'm a short kid, so I was like, well, let me just do something different. I've always done sports. Let's try some band and see how that goes, right? So nothing too special. I just thought it would be cool, it would be easy, something that had 3 buttons, and that's my story. That's the origin story of how I picked up the trumpet. How about y'all? Do you guys play? What instruments do y'all play? I know all of us can't be trumpet players here, even though I am the black. This is my channel. It's the Black Trumpeter channel. But I've come across people that don't play music at all and just like watch my videos. I'm like, you do? Interesting. Okay. You watch trumpet videos and they seem fun to you. Okay. I appreciate the view. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, does everyone play trumpet here? Everyone play trumpet here? If not, let me know what instrument you play. But yeah, that's how I played. That's how I chose the trumpet. Big Dog says I play the trumpet. Excellent. All right, folks. If there's no more questions, I've been on here for about an hour, and it's time to put up that bassinet, to put it together. Robert says 3 little buttons. Right. To me, at 12 or 13 or however old I was, like 3 buttons. I see all these other instruments, they got like all these buttons on there. Like, how am I gonna play that? I only got 10 fingers. How is that possible? So I can do this. If I can do this, I'm solid. 3 little buttons. But no, they're not called buttons. So just FYI, they're called valves. Just to let you know. If you didn't learn anything from this stream, just know that these things are called valves if you're not a trumpet player. This says, I got a split. Homie, you sound great. I got a PDF of those solos if you want. PM me whenever, son. Hey, thank you so much. Sam says 3 equals 7. LOL. 7 notes. Right. Exactly. I told you I'm not really all that good at math, man. Like, I didn't put it together. In Bulgaria, it is 4 at night. I appreciate you for being here, man. At 4 in the morning. Thank you for being here. But yeah, let me go ahead and put this bassinet together. I had put it backwards, spent all that time on it, and I gotta take it apart and put it back together. Sam says, what about Clifford Brown? Do you listen? Listen, like, before I go, I have listened to Clifford Brown. However, I'm a little ear fatigued. If let me put it that way, I'm ear fatigued about people talking about the same folks. So for me, I like to be different. I've always liked to be different in all aspects of my life. I've never been one to follow crowds. And of course, yes, Clifford Brown is cool. Miles, Freddie, Woody, all those folks, they're great. However, I want to venture out and kind of see who people aren't talking about. And that's why I'm studying Fats. And sure enough, Clifford Brown followed, transcribed Fats. He was into Fats. He loved Fats Navarro's playing. So I want to listen to the dude that Clifford listened to. So that's what I'm into right now. Big Dog says, my brother is a percussionist, so I wanted to be a percussionist. I tried out to be one, and I didn't make it, so I'm a trumpet player now. Well, welcome. The percussionists, all they do is just stand back there and be bored anyway. So in the trumpet section, you at least have a little bit more fun, because that's just how it is in the band world. Man, I had to teach high school, and it was hard trying to get those percussionists not to mess around when I was working with the wind players. So yeah. Sam says, I'm 65 years old. That's why I asked the question. Nice, man. Good to have you too. Thanks, Sam, for being here. But yeah, man, I want to listen to different people, Everyone talks about the same people. I want to listen to different folks. So I just want to say there's nothing against the the masters of this music, but we need to celebrate other people as well. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame in me saying that as well. So I'm a little bit older now. I don't really care what people say, but that's just my opinion. We need to talk about other people rather than the same people. All right. So, yeah. On that note, on that note, Hosey Quad says check out Charlie Porter's new album if you get a chance. Yeah, is it a new album? It because I think he came out with a new album maybe last year or so. Big dog, thank you for smacking that like on the stream. If you like this stream so far, I'm about to get out of here, folks. You guys are too fun. I love streaming with you guys and talking to you guys and hanging out. And it's that time again, so I gotta get some water. My voice is running out, so that tells me it's time to go. So you guys have a nice night or morning. Thank you all for everyone that watched this stream and supported and watched and hit that like button. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. You guys take care. You stay safe. You stay inside. And I'll see you in the next video, all right? Peace.